Hello and welcome to DRF Digest. My name is Matt Charles, Communications and Public Relations Director for DRF. Okay, I know some of you are thinking at home, hey, where's the new name? We've had so many great suggestions come in, especially over the past week, that we want to keep the lines open for yet another month. After that, I promise you will have a new name. At the end of the show, we'll give contact information on how you can keep those great suggestions coming back to me at DRF. But today, we've got a great episode. New format. We're going to be out in the field, 3 different locations, which will be how the show is going to be going forward. First, we're so excited to be at the newly finished Wellness Kingdom at Cherrystone Missionary Baptist Association. So we're here first today. But what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to Camp Grove, check out a Make It Happen grant, talk with Reverend Delaware Clark, come back over here to check out the new Wellness Kingdom. And then after that, we're going to head down to Bridge Street, to the Riverview campus, 512 Bridge Street, which is where our offices at DRF and Averett University has their grad school and nursing programs. And at that location, we're going to speak with Dr. Tiffany Franks, president of Averett University, as well as Richard Turner, who is the chair of the IDA, the Industrial Development Authority for Danville. So sit down, hang out. We got a great half-hour show for you. Can't wait. Every month, we're going to be bringing you a segment on the Make It Happen grant programs that we have at DRF, which give up to $10,000 in grant funding. And with that, we have people we just want you to bring us your ideas for bright spots on how to make this community, the Dan River region, could be anywhere in Caswell County, Pittsylvania County, and Danville, to make it a better place. And with me today, we have Pastor Delaware Clark, Camp Grove Baptist, and here we have one of our Make It Happen grant programs, the Camp Grove Garden. So, Pastor, if you could just tell us how you became involved with the Make It Happen grant program and the process.
Well, a few years ago, we began looking at fresh produce in the Danville region, and so the idea came up from Danville Regional Foundation that they would sponsor $10,000 grants. So we applied for it, and we were able to get it through the Camp Grove Education Opportunity Center, which is directly across the street. And so we began planting gardens, and they supplied all of the wire, everything that we needed. They gave us the money to start up. So it's been very successful.
Yeah, I think we were involved with just about everything except for the actual gardening itself, which I came over here with you last time one day during the summer and got to check out some of the crops you've had coming in.
Right. We had quite a good success last year. We planted a little bit of everything, and it produced real well. And we are hoping this year with 3 different plots, which was part of the Make It Happen grant, that we were going to do 3 gardens. So we have one here and one up on the corner there, and also box gardens behind the center over here. So everything seems to be coming along pretty well. We did some winter planting, and it's already coming in, and of course we've done the spring planting, and it's beginning to come up.
Pastor Clark, can you tell us a little bit about just some of the amounts of produce that have come out, and just how the community has really become engaged in this process?
All right, we are working with different organizations such as Virginia Tech. They are actually recording everything that comes out of the garden, and they're trying to get statistics on Southside, the effect of fresh produce, the number of people that actually get produce out of the garden. So we got that started, and we record everything that we get out of the garden, and it's been quite successful. We've had quite a few pounds come out of this garden, and it goes to seniors and to couples with children to help them to kind of balance their budget on food.
Now, how much bigger is the garden going to be this year? Because last year, the tomatoes you guys had were massive. I know you guys had a lot of cabbage and that sort of thing. So what are we looking at this year?
Well, we've already put in red potatoes, onions, cabbage. We've planted string beans, peas. We're going to put some butter beans in probably next week.
Okay.
They don't grow, they don't come up until the weather's warm, so I think we're there now.
Yeah, well, it's a hot day, so
yeah,
they're going to be coming in. Didn't you say that you guys had come in first in the Commonwealth, first in the state? And
well, it was kind of a catch-22.
Okay.
We don't know exactly where we were, but we wasn't at the bottom on the poundage, and we hope that this year we can produce more poundage. We had to have some soil testing. Some of the produce, like the tomatoes, they wasn't the quality we want them, so we're having to lime and do a lot of little small things to kind of make it better.
Yeah, and with the Virginia Tech
right.
collaborative, you guys
right.
work with another one of our grantees,
right.
the Dan River Partnership for a Healthy Community. So
right.
it's good. I mean, we need a collaborative effort for all this stuff to come into play, don't we?
Right, right. So, you know, the more people that get involved, the greater impact we're going to have in this region.
And with that impact, that's the future you see going forward, to involving more and more.
You know, we might be kind of like a pilot for this, but you know, it's really a lot of work with a garden that large. You know, but I have some people here at the church that really get in there and work. You know, and I do as much as I can.
You have a green thumb anyway.
Well, I grew up on a farm, so it's not new to me.
Okay, but you enjoy it, which is fun.
Yeah, I really enjoy it, and we do other things, but this is part of my, like a little hobby.
Okay, well, good. You have to have fun with. If you can have fun with your work and make it a hobby at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, and we usually when we come out, we usually get out early in the morning because by now it's too hot really to be out in the garden. So we do it early in the morning, and then by 12 we go back in.
Yeah, I saw you guys were doing some tilling earlier.
Right. Yeah, we have a couple of guys that just stays right with it. You know, because I'm involved in so many things, I just don't get to spend the time that I like out here. Yeah.
And this program itself, the Make It Happen grant program, in a way that led to the Cherrystone program with the Wellness Kingdom, which we'll be visiting later.
Yeah, you know, by having a little bit of a relationship with Danville Regional Foundation, when we started talking about the health disparities, that our Christian Ed, the social concern director at Cherrystone, talked about getting fit, and so from that led to submitting for a grant, and we were successful in getting that grant. And Ms. Sharon Diggs is responsible for spearheading that and making it work.
That's a $162,000 grant.
$162,000 grant.
So you guys went from $10,000 to $162,000 with a different grant. You just had that confidence through the process.
Right. Well, you know, I work as the executive administrator for Cherrystone, and so you know, by having a relationship through this grant, that I guess they figured we were good for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys have been fun to work with.
Okay.
So I tell you what, let's take a look around the garden here. And then after that, we'll head over to Cherrystone and check out the Wellness Kingdom.
Yeah, we've got we planted these onions and some of the cabbage in the winter.
Okay.
And because we had a mild winter, it wasn't too bad for them coming up. And of course, Alfred Brown, he's been replanting them, and I see he's already dusted them, kind of get rid of the bugs and the worms. We're trying to stay away from using a lot of chemical, and we hope we can do that. We have a little short row of beets right here, and then as you can see, it's coming on up now since it's warmed up. It's 2 rows of peas right here, and we started a row of tomatoes. We're going to finish that row out, and we got about 4 or 5 more rows there that there's nothing in it. We're just waiting for the weather to warm up to plant some other, probably plant some butter beans. Because butter beans, they won't come up until they get to the ground, get warm.
Yeah.
The seeds will just rot. And then further over, we have about 4 rows of string beans.
Okay.
And in the final row over on the side is red potatoes. We call them red potatoes.
What's your favorite to eat out of all these on your dinner table?
Well, I like the string beans, but I like the round ones. Some people like the flat ones, but I like the round ones. So I think we got some flat ones and some round ones planted, and we're going to plant the butter beans in a couple of days.
Yeah, I may have to come visit you for the butter beans.
Yeah, we hope they. This land right here, it really produces good. And
was this just a vacant lot before?
It was a vacant lot, and we came in and tilled it, and of course, as I mentioned Danville Regional. Through the grant, we were able to get the wire. You know, it's a lot of deer around here, so we're trying to kind of put the fence in to make sure that they didn't just help themselves to.
Yeah, and it's amazing just with that collaborative approach within the community. I mean, you
Right.
really can have a self-sustaining garden.
Right.
Where, you learn where the food comes from, which, is being lost
Right.
in today's world, and then bring it to your table for a fraction of the cost.
Right.
And really
Yeah.
take pride in the process.
Yeah, we want to. It produces a lot of produce, and that's why we want to document it, so we know how much actually comes off the land.
Plus, it's also a lot healthier.
Yeah, it's a lot healthier. And as I mentioned before, we don't use a lot of chemical. It's natural food right from the ground. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Pastor Clark.
All right.
Appreciate it, sir. Keep up the good work.
All right. And we really appreciate Danville Regional Foundation for giving us the start we need. We can maintain now.
Well, it's all done through the partnership.
Right.
And we really appreciate the hard work you guys do.
All right.
Okay. Woo! All right, give me a second. All right. I made it from Bradley Road in Danville. I found my way, and miraculously I found it to this track at Cherrystone here, the Wellness Kingdom. So what we're going to do is we're going to find Pastor Clark, and he's going to explain to us everything that's going on here that's exciting with the Wellness Kingdom.
Well, the Wellness Kingdom is going to be consisted of a walking trail, about a half-mile walking trail, with wellness stations around the walking trail, also with a playground for the kids. Some of the wellness stations probably be placed along the walking trail.
Okay. How long is this track?
It's just a little less than a half mile.
Okay.
And of course, the way we designed it, tied it into the parking lot, so that you can just keep circling.
Okay.
Rather than just have one walking trail, you can come in on the other side and come back.
So it's a very functional space,
Right,
and then
right.
you'll have all the activities along the way. And I heard you guys want to maybe have an adult playground, something like that.
Right. Well, that would be something
Down
to
the
look
line.
forward in the future. Maybe DRF can take another look at what we need. And also, we kind of designed it and put it on this end where it's wheelchair accessible.
How many people do you think you will eventually have out here using it?
Well, it's open to the community, and so we already have people from the neighborhood walking, and we're also trying to incorporate in our programming, in Cherrystone programming, is that there'll be a period of time within programs that it's designed for people to get up and get active, to move. Rather, for instance, we're having a program and lunchtime comes, and instead of just eating and sitting back, people will get up and come out and actually walk the trail.
So this really incorporates and promotes a lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle,
right. Healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Getting people active. We really want to stem the tides of obesity and a lot of health disparities that we're having.
Okay, and this was a $162,000 grant from Danville Regional Foundation to you. Who were some of the partners in the process?
Pittsylvania County Community Action is actually the one of the lead
fiscal agent for you guys.
Fiscal agent, and they take care of all of the financial things. The money went to them, so that because they're already established, and we didn't have to go through all that process of setting up checking accounts and things of that nature. So they're going to take care of all that for us. When we finish the walking trail, they cut the check to the paving company. Okay. And of course, they cut the checks for the other parts that's going to be added. Okay. So it's been a good relationship. We just appreciate them being a partner with us.
Well, this facility, I mean, you guys have such a beautiful natural setting. It's going to be great to be able to, have people come here for fellowship, eat, meet administrative duties, and then also, just come out and enjoy the space, bring the kids, and as you said, the community's welcome. Right. I just want to make the audience aware that this is on Tom Fork Road. Right. In the Ringgold community in Pittsylvania County. 5551 Tom Fork Road, Ringgold, Virginia. What was the address again? 5551 Tom Fork Road. 5551 Tom Fork Road, Ringgold, Virginia. So come on out and check it out. And Pastor Clark be happy to take you around the track here a couple times. Are you running now?
I'm running, but not on the track.
Okay, I'll take that. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
If you want a brighter future, you have to have a spark. In the Dan River region, we see education not just as a spark, but as a beacon. a light that guides our children from the playground to the graduation stage and beyond.
We breathe life back into the region.
We ride to victory.
We soar to new heights.
We invest in our children. We invest in success. We invest in the future.
Hey, and we are back with Richard Turner, Chairman of the Board for the Industrial Development Authority of Danville. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Matt.
Just wanted to speak with you a little bit, sir, about the partners that came together for the 512 Bridge Street, the Riverview campus here.
Okay, well, I think I had said earlier when we started the development that what I saw was a really old building with lots of vacant spaces, and what has turned out has been anything but that. It is an absolutely super project for Bridge Street.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing this building is the former headquarters of Dimon, and being in here as a tenant of as part of DRF for the past 8 months, I mean, it's absolutely just a phenomenal place to work. Just the feeling of professionalism, then being down here on Bridge Street, you know, really feeling the economic development that's coming along. I mean, the vision definitely is paying off with moving down here.
Absolutely. I think I had said at the time that I really felt like that this project was going to be a real catalyst for what I call the Tobacco Warehouse District. I haven't quite caught up with the River District yet, but with the effort that the foundation in Averett had put into this project, I think that hopefully in the next 2 or 3 maybe even weeks, we'll see some more announcements that are going to, and I think, be real compliments to what has started with Averett and the foundation.
Long term, Mr. Turner, what do you see down here as far as Bridge Street itself and maybe the periphery around it?
I think that we will see a very vibrant and live, an area that's really alive. It's not going to be what it was one time. I think it's going to be bigger and better than I have ever seen it. And I think that's true of even the downtown. I think when we put it all together, it is going to be something that is truly going to make Danville proud.
Yes, I agree. And I mean, as far as DRF, I mean, working with the city in Averett, I mean, it fits in with everything we're doing from, you know, the economic development, education, I mean, even the health and wellness with the Riverwalk down here and the community engagement. It's just a great partnership. We want to thank you for that.
Most welcome. I'm just glad to have been a part to it.
Well, thank you, sir, for your time. Here with Dr. Tiffany Franks, president of Averett University, and today we are here at the Riverview campus, 512 Bridge Street, which DRF co-occupies with Averett University. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's great to be here.
This is really exciting. I mean, I grew up in Danville, and I have never seen so much activity, you know, up and down Bridge Street, all downtown, you know, with all the restaurants. Critical mass is growing. Have a car right here, actually.
Yes.
You know, and Averett, you guys are going to be a very important part of this as tenants of the Riverview campus, aren't you?
Matt, we are so excited. What you just described happening on Bridge Street is absolutely what we envisioned from the beginning. When we set out to try to make this a reality, what we were able to see very early on is that 512 Bridge Street would be far more than an address, that it would represent the future of our city. And I'm just so grateful to Danville Regional Foundation. I'm grateful to the Industrial Development Authority, because without them, we could not have made this happen. And 512 Bridge Street is truly a story of collaboration and determination, and it's what we believed could represent the best for our city. And it's just been exciting to be a part of. You know, Averett University had its own needs in terms of space. We had outgrown our space on campus, which is a great problem to have, as we know, but we needed to have a space in the city to house our program for working adults. We were expanding in the health sciences. But I always say the bottom line is we could have leased space anywhere in Danville. But in collaboration with the Danville Regional Foundation and the city, we said we could come here and not only serve our own needs, but do something so much bigger.
And it's great to be able to use the space that was already here. And Tim Clark said it with Blair, you know, building up as opposed to having to build something new.
Yes.
This is the historic Dimon Building, which, you know, it's the old tobacco heritage of Danville, but now we're coming into something new here. There's a lot of technology on the street,
Yes.
a lot of diversification of the knowledge economy. And just tell us a little bit about that process of how the partners came together, Dr. Franks.
Well, the partners came together. Danville Regional Foundation and Averett were already having a number of conversations just about how do we make certain that Averett is being the best regional partner and contributor possible. The stronger Averett University is as the region's hometown university, the stronger our city will be. So we were having those kinds of conversations, and when the opportunity presented itself, it became easy in many ways. Certainly when we started, the building seemed very, very large. You know, here it takes up a half of a block. It's got a large footprint, but we didn't let that stop us. Again, it was about the future of our city. So Dr. Stauber and myself and Charles Harris from Averett and others, we just kept coming together. And ultimately, it was the city's belief in what we could bring. The fact that we could bring 200 students at least to the area, 200 students, faculty, staff, they could see the possible. If we became a catalyst for change, other good things could keep happening in the region. So
This is such a bright spot because you can work economic development and education together. And just the synergistic effect just explodes, doesn't it?
That's exactly right. Exactly right. I think increasingly we are getting calls, Averett University, about a new business that's considering coming to Danville, and they have X need in the computer science or information technology area. How can Averett University's faculty and intellectual capital help respond to those needs? And I think this sort of presence in this area clearly is helping stimulate those conversations.
Let's talk about that for a second. The programs are going to be offered here and that are currently offered here.
Yes.
We have an MBA program.
Yes, we have our program. The headquarters for our graduate and professional studies program is housed here. While we're all across the state, here at Riverview, these are the headquarters for all of our programs for working adults, and that's the MBA program, the Masters of Education, and the undergraduate business administration degree. And we're also expanding in the health sciences, which is so exciting. We're in the midst now of getting ready to launch our Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. We're just waiting on final approvals, but anyone who takes a tour of that second floor of Riverview will see state-of-the-art simulation equipment that represents the future of nursing education.
Well, that's exciting, Dr. Franks. And in the future, when everything's up and running, would you come back with us and we can take a tour?
Would love to do that, happily.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for another episode. And remember, keep the suggestions coming. You can contact me at mcharles@drfonline.org or call me at 434-799-8969. So thank you again. Can't wait to see you next month. And remember, keep making bright spots throughout the Dan River region. Take care.